So when is the best time to be out knocking doors? I get this question all the time, and guess what? We have a short answer, a long answer, and the right answer. Which one do you want first? Let's start with the right answer, and then I'll qualify with the short and long. The answer is this: pretty much always. Unless it's raining, unless it's before 7 in the morning, and unless it's after 9 o'clock at night. But pretty much during waking time is a good time to knock doors. And I'm gonna explain why in just a second. Before I do, hey, if you're new here, my name's Adam, the Roof Strategist. I help salespeople and sales teams just like you reach peak performance, have fun doing it, but most importantly, to smash your income goals, which is why you're in this business to begin with. So here's my answer to the question, because I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be you. I've been there. Whether you're new in sales, whether you're seasoned in sales, whether you're running a team, the answer is, how do I get my team or me or my colleagues or whoever to make as much money in the shortest period of time? Because the number one limiting factor on putting money in your wallet is not your ability to sell. That comes with time. The number one limiting factor is your time. So your job is to follow a system and make the most amount of sales in the shortest period of time. Because what's time consuming is the commute. It's managing the job. It's meeting adjusters. It's picking up phone calls in the middle of the day or the afternoon when you weren't inspecting it and rushing out. It's getting tugged in all these directions. So your job is to be efficient with your time and knocking doors in the right neighborhood at the right time to make the most sales. So here's how I can say, and why I say, that the best time to knock doors is pretty much always, again, respecting morning time when people are sleeping and evening when people are winding down for bed. Every neighborhood is different. Every neighborhood has its own little pulse to it. You'll have neighborhoods that are packed with retirees. You'll have neighborhoods that are packed with stay-at-home moms or dads with little kids. You'll have neighborhoods with blue-collar workers or shift workers who might be working a shift from, let's say, 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. that are coming home. And then you'll have the white-collar desk job people, and they might be working a traditional 9 to 5. They're coming home about 6 o'clock. So your job is to get a pulse for the neighborhood and figure out which ones to work when. And here's what happens. When you do that, the faster you get this figured out, the more sales you're going to make. So what's the best way to do it? Get out there and do it. And use the tracking system, your own, or what's included in my marketing battle pack and my product called Your Complete Sales Strategy. So here's what you do. By the way, I'm going to share a story with you in a second on how William, who's using this right now, sent me an email and called me up this last weekend. And this strategy that I'm teaching right now made him $5,000 in commissions in one day. Okay? Here's what he did. He used the tracking system to find out who's home at what time. So he showed up. So let's say show up at this house. It's 2:49 right now. Knock, knock. No one's home. Lights are off. You can tell. No one's home. So I write down my address, my street, the time, 2:49 p.m. Home? No. But I'm here. Let's make the most of my time. I'm going to grab that letter that's included in my battle pack, which, by the way, is also included in Your Complete Sales Strategy. I'm going to leave it at the door. Then when I get home to my home or the office, I'm going to send that letter in the mail to this address. So now they've seen my letter that I left at the door. They got the letter sent in the mail. They're slightly different letters, okay? Then the next time I show up, because I know 2:49 is not the best time, I'm going to come back here 5, 6 o'clock, try again. But now I have a reason to be here. Now instead of cold door knocking, it's warm. I have an easy approach. This is the exact approach William took and signed a deal doing it. He says, hey, my name's William. He named his company. And the reason I'm here is because I mailed you a letter the other day and I wanted to stop by to see if you had any questions for me about that letter. And it piqued their curiosity. And I said, you know what, I'm glad you stopped by. Actually, I do, and I'd love to chat with you. And boom, he signed the deal on the spot. No joke. No joke. This worked. And guess what else worked? He did the same approach, same thing, no one's home. He sent a letter. He told me he sent 40 letters, 40 letters out. Homeowner calls him up. He says, hey, William, I got your letter in the mail. You'll never believe this. I'm calling you even though I had 10 roofers leave their over-designed door hanger there, which, by the way, that's why I do things on plain paper. It's relatable. It feels personal. Not like some, paid by the hour canvasser showed up and left some silly flyer, which roofers love for some reason, but they leave the flyer. They think, who gets callbacks from it? Not a lot of people. That's why we use plain paper. It's a personal touch. A human was there, not a corporation, right? Even though it's the same person delivering, it's a totally different feel. So William mails the letter because he documented who wasn't home, pops it in the mail, gets a call. There were 10 pamphlets on my door. I'm calling you because you sent me a letter in the mail. So in that day after, which by the way, I told the story in reverse, he got the lead off the letter, signed him up, talked to the neighbor who he sent the letter in the mail, signed them up. $5,000 in commission a day. Okay? And that was by learning when people were home, and he worked this when they weren't home. So what do? Your job is to follow the system. And if you want access to mine, click the video description. If you're on mobile, it's a little black triangle. Check out my program, Your Complete Sales Strategy. I'm going to give you the tracking program, the tracking system you use to find out who's home when. I'm going to give you all the letters to use, to leave at the door, all the letters to send, and sales checklists, simple sales checklists to follow to open up that neighborhood and then turn one sale into a snowball of a ton of sales, including how to integrate the insurance agent referral program, your referral program with your homeowners, the email strategy that you're going to be using to engage with your customers, to help educate them, have great service, but also ask for referrals, how all of these things work, to use mail and the SLAP formula to work the neighborhood. All this goes to say this one simple thing. When is the best time to knock doors? Always. It's about finding the best time for you to be in that neighborhood or this neighborhood. And once you get that pulse on who's home when by tracking and monitoring your progress, you will then penetrate these neighborhoods with precision. I know those retirees are home. I'm going to catch them in the morning when they're out doing yard work. I know that these folks have young children. They're picking them up about 3 o'clock, so I'll be there at 3:30 when they're getting home from school. The kids are having a snack or playing in the yard. Mom or dad has time. This neighborhood, white collar, desk workers, they're home at 5 or 6. I want to catch them before the dinner rush. So you can be out knocking doors at all times. All it takes is getting out there, doing it, and tracking your results, but most importantly, making the most from your time, using the multi-touch marketing process, which, by the way, click this video card. Watch my video on the multi-touch marketing checklist, the process that I follow, which, by the way, the actual checklist, along with even more tutorial videos and instructions, is included in Your Complete Sales Strategy. There's a link in the description. It's using the letters. And once you do that and you crack open those neighborhoods by putting in the work, you go from cold door knocking, just that generic cold approach, to having a reason to be there because you left a letter, you sent a letter. Chances are you'll have signed up a neighborhood, and then all you're simply doing is introducing yourself and starting conversations. Sales get easier, sales get more efficient, and you make more money. Very simple process to follow. Okay? Now, if you want more to learn how to pitch at the door using my SLAP formula, watch this video right here. And if you haven't done it, click right here to get my free copy of my Pitch Like a Pro roofing sales training video library. Every video I've ever done, organized by category for easy reference, from sales to pitching to overcoming objections to body language, motivation, sales psychology, COVID-19 specific stuff. It's all in there, easy to find. Click here to get that, and click here to watch my video on the SLAP canvassing formula to help you make the most time from knocking doors. That's all, and I'll see you on the next one.